Hello and welcome to this week's Building Endeavour mid-deck section video. My name's Andy, thanks for joining me. Please smash that like button if you enjoy this video, of course, or subscribe and share the video. That'd be great. Thanks. Welcome back to the build, and let me start by straight away talking about what we're going to do this week. It's finally time to put the ballast that would have been at the bottom of the ship. This is the supplied bag of said ballast. There's rather a lot, so I think it's a case of picking out the biggest stones, the best looking ones. Currently though, they're all dusty. As you can see probably from there, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the ones I want, and then I'm just going to wash them. Oh, I'll just wash them all in fact. Then what has to happen, I have to completely coat the bottom here of this deck here, this area, loads of PVA glue, and then just put the stones in and then let them set to dry. When I'm happy with what that looks like, I can put these final casings, these parcels that were wrapped up a few videos ago, they'll go on top as well. So let me get these washed and then we'll get to get the glue down and put them in. Alright, so there they are, all washed. There was a lot of dust to get rid of. The stones are roughly this kind of size, and that's what I'm looking for. There's a lot of these tiny small ones, I'm not going to use those if it's going to help it. Anyway, the next thing to do is coat all this part of the deck here with plenty of PVA glue. Just going to completely soak all this and then just drop those stones randomly on there and then not move it at all and let them set to dry. Okay, let's do that bit next. You make me look. You got it all inside of you. Feel it to be true. And when you dance, I'm in the groove. You make me look. You make me look. Alright, there's all the stones that I've put in there. They're all completely touching the white glue. It says now I must leave those now, mustn't let them move. So this glue, as you can see around the base, will dry clear. I had to make and leave a space for the mast to go down into, obviously, and I've put some of those packages in there with a bit of glue as well. So I'm just going to leave it now. In fact, I'm going to leave it overnight and come back to it tomorrow. Okay, till then. Alright, it's the next day, and all these have managed to stay in there really nicely now. They've adhered to that lower deck really well, and those are all nice and solid, so I'm very happy with that. So I'll leave it at that. Next we have to prepare some of the cleats now. These are the metal ones that we get with the kit. They have to be a sort of painted an AS wood colour, so I'm going to mix up some paint and then just get those painted up in readiness for fixing where they need to be. Let's do that next. Okay, so those belaying cleats are now painted. I need to put them here next to where the mast is at the base here. We need 4 cleats, 2 on each side. Let's get those stuck on there now. I'm going to use CA glue for this. Okay, there's a better view of those cleats now in position. Now, some of you who are watching very carefully may have noticed that the boat support has actually got a little bit lower. That's because I completely screwed up on the measurements. These uprights should have been 12 millimeters long. I don't know why I did them was something like 16 millimeters. Anyway, off camera, I've took them off, recut them, and then placed them back. So they are now absolutely correct. Okay, so on to the next bit. Alright, so the next bit is the work on the main mast now. We're ready to start that. The magazine did come with this plan. It opens up to reveal the other masts, the top mast, the top gallant mast as well, and also the yards on here as well on the side. So I've set it up ready to do the main mast. We need to offer this dowel up, cut it to length now, and also fit the top cap on the end here, and this section has to be squared off as well. So let's get to measuring this up and start work. Alright, after a lot of sanding, I've eventually got this now to where I want it, more or less. There's perhaps a little bit of adjustment left, but the square at the top could go down a little bit more on each section, but I'm going to leave that now until I get the mast top put on. And what else? Oh yeah, one thing I now need to do though is put the cap that goes here. There's a little square peg has to be left, so I'm going to leave a little square section. Need to go down about, what, 5 mil or something like that. Let's do that next. You got it all inside of you. Feel it to be true. Okay, I've really got the end cap pin, if you like, to the right size. So just leaving it a little bit oversized for the moment. So what I'll do now, I'll cut this out from this piece of wood here and then fit this to size. I'll do it by filing each edge until I've got to the required size. Let's do that now. Okay, now let's get on to doing the top. Okay, this is the top in this pre-cut piece. It's actually slightly warped, so when I assemble this I'm going to make sure I put a heavy weight over it and keep it down flat. So let's cut this out first. Alright, so these are all the parts for the top. We've got the top itself, this curved section that has to go here, the rest of the rim is made up of this 4x2. There's going to be some spans that go from the middle of the deck out to these edges as well, using the 2x2. And the next thing I'm going to do is to glue these bibs together first, and these struts that go underneath the top as well. Okay, let's glue the bibs together next. Okay, that's dried nice and flat now. Now I need to flip this over and put the battens that go on this edge here. When I've done that, I'll fix these other pieces or parts of the top using the plan, line it all up and just glue those on using white glue. So let's do that next. Okay, that's the top coming along nicely. I've got to put these battens on next, like this on the plan, just to help me get the right places. I'm literally going to offer it up to the plan and mark out, looking down, where the centre of each of those battens is. And then what I'll do is I'll cut them and get them a little longer than they should be to overhang. I can easily sand down those from here then. So let's keep doing that now. Alright, that's all the battens on. I'll just let those dry now. And then I'll drill the holes that go on the front here and 4 holes that go here as well. Alright, so there's a little bit more sanding to do, but it's mainly dry now. I think that just came loose earlier, just had to re-glue that, I have to wait. But what I can do is mark the positions of the holes that I'm going to drill. So I'm just going to flip it, upper it up against the plan like this, and I'm going to move it over, and as you can see the dots are there. I'll just mark them. Obviously I'm going that way, shifting it this way, so the dots have to go along this way. You wouldn't go in this vector. So let's do that next. Okay, it calls for a 1mm hole to be put in where these dots are. So what I'm going to try and do is get them as close to the to this, not as close to that edge, but to this edge as possible. Alright, now it's time to do a test fit, just to make sure this is sanded down enough. This square section goes in this part here. At the top, oh, it's quite a tight squeeze. Try it the other way. That seems a better way. And it goes down to there, like that. That's how it's going to be. Now, of course, this is going to be painted black. This will, top part will be painted black, and the rest of this will be stained in the mustard yellow colour. The bibs that I did earlier before are going to be glued here, and they're going to support the top. Well, that's it for this week's video. Everything's going according to plan. I'm very pleased with the way it was all working out. Next week we'll do the top mast, which goes here. And I won't glue it all together, I won't paint it or stain it until I've got all the parts, make sure they all fit together, then I'll take it apart, paint it up, and then fix it to position. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and until next week, bye for now.